Before I start, note that the footage of this video comes from the Gamer's Little Playground channel because my laptop can't handle playing and recording this game at the same time. I failed to love God of War Ascension. Maybe that's because of playing it with 15 FPS. My laptop can't do better than that. Or maybe that's because I am getting tired of playing God of War. I have played 5 games similar to it recently. Or maybe it's because this game tries to fix the unbroken. I let you guys decide for this one. Watch this video and decide for yourself if my criticism for this game is valid or if it is not a game problem and it is a me problem. We start the game slowly. Kratos is chained and with a few cuties we should free him. This time we have a meter in the down right corner. It is a rage meter but it is very different from the previous versions. This time you need to fill this bar so that you could play the game normally. You know 5 squares 1 triangle? My favorite move? I need a full rage meter to do it now. Not just that, but every other cool combo is locked behind this bar. Without it we can only do square triangle. This mechanism single-handedly kills the game for me because just in order to enjoy the game I should play it in an unenjoyable way, and if you take a hit, do it again because receiving damage drains from the rage meter. My other big problem with the game, the body horror. It looks disgusting. I want to vomit each time I look at it. I don't even enjoy looking at the game sometimes. Why body horror? Since when God of War had body horror in it? Regular horror? Fine. Psychological horror? Yeah, the first game became one at the end of it. But body horror? I don't think God of War ever had one in it. Yes, it is full of violence and gore, but those were usually done in a cool way. But body horror is not cool, and I never understood the love for it because I don't want to feel my inside body parts twisting around each other while consuming a media. You remember me complaining about the platforming in God of War series getting worse and worse by each game? Yes, this is where we reach the low point. The platforming in God of War 1 was hard but satisfying. In God of War 2 it was basically a glorified QTE. In God of War 3 it almost didn't exist, and now it is boring. And after this they will completely remove it. It is kinda automated. Like most modern games, it is just a mean of transporting and not a challenge. You should just know where to go and hold the left analog stick to that direction. Not just the platforming. The movement in general isn't as fun as it used to be, and I am not sure why. The saving system is also getting worse and worse by each game that passes. In the first 2 games it was very stylized, then at least those lights still existed, but now even those lights are gone. The saving mechanism isn't part of the story anymore, it just happens automatically. The combat gets interrupted a lot. We are fighting, then the camera zooms out to show a big movement, then it zooms in and you should continue killing. This cinematic camera movement was completely unnecessary. God of War 3 also did it, but it was walking on a dangerous line. If it did it just a little bit more, then I would have complained about it there as well, but that game knew what it was doing, and this one seemingly doesn't. We have multiple secondary weapons that are temporary, and they are like weapons from a beat 'em up game. They are button mashy and have no depth. The magic attacks of this game is the elemental powers that we can give to the Blades of Chaos. Fire, ice, lightning and soul. It is an interesting mechanic, but too bad that it is locked behind the rage bar and they should be fully upgraded to be really useful. Also sometimes the QTs are too long. And yeah, those were my overall problems with the game. It may look like a minor inconvenience, but when most of the other God of War games feel so good to play, this looks much worse by comparison. If we lived in a world in which this was the only God of War game, then I would have probably loved this game. But considering that this game came a few years after God of War 3, yeah, I played this game once so that I could say I played every God of War game. But as long as the better games of this series exist, I don't have any reason to replay this game because it doesn't bring any good new thing to the table. But is there anything about the gameplay that I like? Well, I like how we can view the weapon in the pause menu, and I like how this time Kratos breaks the chests instead of opening them. It works much faster. I like how in this game we can make an object go forward and backward through time, which leads to some creative puzzles. Also, the ability of cloning yourself is a cool mechanism that leads to some creative puzzles. Some finishers are also cool. I also like the story, which is the topic of the rest of this video. I could talk about the game section by section like my previous videos, but why should I do it when I didn't enjoy the gameplay that much? So yeah, the rest of this video is a story retrospective. This game reveals more lore about the franchise. Before the gods and even before the titans, there were the primordials who created the earth. Their war against each other would lead to the creation of the Furies. The job of the Furies is to punish the Oathbreakers. Each time someone breaks an oath, he or she will be punished for eternity. The first victim was a titan who made a blood oath to Zeus, but later he broke his promise. So as the first oathbreaker, he was turned into the very prison in which the rest of the oathbreakers are tortured in, but still alive and feeling all the pain. Most of the events of this game happens a few months after the death of Kratos' family. It shows that changing side wasn't as simple as we thought. By stopping working for Ares, he has broken a promise. So the Furies captured him and started torturing him, and Kratos will break free with our help. Kratos kills one of the Furies. That's when we have a flashback to 3 weeks earlier. Kratos has apparently forgotten some of his memories because of the mind tricks of the Furies. A mysterious man is helping Kratos coming out of the hallucination and also breaking free from the bond of Ares and the Furies. Kratos will see some cruelty from the ones with power.
Hurry! Before the Master approaches!
You! We have given you all you need for success, and yet you still fail us. The statues were to be completed by now.
It is a massive task you have set before us, Master. My brothers, they need food and rest.
You have not been asked to speak! And who will be next? You there! You are now charged with the task of completing the statues.
As you wish.
We hope your work is better than that of your friend here. We can no longer stand the sight of you. You make us sick. Worthless lot, pathetic. Every last one of them.
For Aletheia, we will decide if they're worthy of our will.
I offer nothing.
You presume to seek audience with the Oracle, and yet you bring no offerings? Bold. Stupid, but bold. Although, you must have good reason to seek the Oracle, carrying such a mark. Return when you have brought appropriate sacrifice.
I have come to see the Oracle, and that is what I intend to do.
I would have liked to hear your story, warrior. It is a shame you fail to see reason. Remove him. We have to find a better slave trader.
want to see her. You have sealed the Oracle's fate. You will never know the truth.
After killing Disu, we will see an Oracle. Before she dies, she will tell Kratos how to get rid of his bond with Ares and the Furies. And also she tells him that the shadowy man who was talking to him was Orcos, who is a Fury himself.
Alethea.
The relic you carry has no effect on me.
Then I fear you are beyond aid.
Do not worry. The situation before me is clear. I have waited for this day. Your thoughts are clouded and your mind conflicted, warrior. I can feel it. You seek the truth?
Yes.
So be it. But remember, the truth always comes with a price.
Enemies. Innocent. Kin.
Your bond is complete. What's done is done. It cannot be undone.
The Furies infect your mind because you run from your oath to Ares. They will stop at nothing should you resist.
So the Shade speaks the truth.
The intentions of Orcos are pure.
Orcos? But he is a Fury.
And he will play his part in time. My time grows short. To be free of the madness that infects you, you must defeat those who hold your bond with the god of war.
How can I defeat the Furies when all I see is illusion?
Across the sea, the lantern of Delos keeps the eyes of truth.
Delos?
Find the eyes, and they will show you the path to freedom.
Since this is pre-God of War to Kratos, he shows remorse for her. Kratos will see Orcos again. He asks him why he is betraying his own kind. Orcos tells him that the injustice that happened to Kratos is the reason. He also says that he is the son of Ares and the Fury Queen, and that Ares had always been planning to overthrow Zeus through Kratos. Despite the honesty of Orcos, Kratos doesn't want his help because he is a Fury. That's when we come back to the present day.
Only a coward hides himself, Orcos!
You know I'm one of the Furies who forged your bond. You would have killed me before I could even speak.
Then tell me, what has brought you to this betrayal of your own kind?
It was you. The injustice of your oath that made me doubt them. Is it possible that through all your suffering you still do not understand why you were chosen? Why Ares needed you? Why he still needs you?
Speak clearly.
Oh, Kratos. The god of war has been plotting for years. I was brought forth by the joining of the War God and the Fury Queen. In rage and insanity, Ares hoped to conceive the perfect warrior. But I was only a disappointment to him. It was my mothers who spared me. They gave me the task of keeping the oaths. Although my burden was great, I was determined to be of service to those who said they loved me. But it was you, Kratos. It was the final task of your bond that made me question the actions of my family. I sought counsel with Aletheia. It was she who revealed to me the plot of Ares to overthrow Zeus. But he needed the perfect warrior. Ares molded you to take down the very walls of Olympus.
Ares, destroy my enemies, and my life is yours!
To make you beholden only to him, Ares and my mothers devised 3 blood tasks. Spill the blood of your enemies. The blood of the innocent. The blood of your very...
The past is the past, Orcos.
past you now seek to rectify.
And I will do so without the aid of a Fury.
As Kratos looked upon the gem, he realized all he need do was fight the forces that gnawed at his mind. His thoughts now clear, the warrior turned his rage to the remaining Furies and their ultimate defeat.
We will see a recreation of one of the moments from the 2010 comic, and Kratos realizes it is the trick of one of the Furies.
I have watched you over the years. When you were just a boy, I saw the signs. Even the loss of your brother did not sway your focus. The tragedy only improved you. You honed your skills. And now, Kratos, you have fulfilled your promise of greatness. You served with honor. You brought glory to us all. And today, you have earned your place among us as the greatest general Sparta has ever known.
So, there is something you value more than ambition.
Then he will talk to a madman who was the first mortal to be imprisoned by the Furies. He is writing everything he knows about the Furies on the walls. He tells Kratos that the Furies used to be harsh but fair, but they have become unfair, and it probably has something to do with Ares.
This will definitely have to go into the record. Record. Must record. Must record. You're the Spartan that Orcos talked about, aren't you? Definitely need to get this down. Definitely need to get this down.
What do you know of the Oathkeeper?
I know he paid for what he's done. They say he was the first marked one, but his father didn't like the way he turned out. I know. I was the first man to be put here by the Furies. See? I've been keeping a record. Orcos was born here. Then his mothers, they became... They used to be fair. Harsh, but fair. Had something to do with Ares, I imagine. The way they treated him. Oh, their own son.
That is no reason to betray your own.
Betrayed his own? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? But he did it because of you.
I did not ask for his help.
But you received it nonetheless, didn't you, Spartan? This will make a wonderful addition to the record.
Then we will have a flashback at 2 weeks earlier. During it, he fights Furies but ultimately loses and gets saved by Orcus. But the Furies will eventually find and imprison both of them. That's when we will come back to the present again. And we see a very heartbreaking cutscene. For a moment, Kratos wants to believe the illusion. Death of his family destroyed him. He knows it is a lie, but it is a very beautiful lie. But he can't live in a lie forever, can he?
Been away far too long.
You can see her in the morning. Come.
In time, you will forget. All that you have lost can be yours once again. If this is what keeps you in service to Lord Ares, then this is what you shall have.
It is not real.
I can be your reality. The hard part is over, Spartan. You have committed the ultimate sacrifice. Offer yourself to us completely, and you shall live in blissful illusion.
Never.
Then let death be your reality!
I love how slowly and scarily he approaches the Furies. He is afraid of nothing. Kratos will win the battle and kill the other two Furies. The shapeshifter one makes it too hard for him.
You are not fit to be called a Spartan!
I lost everything because of you!
We're not there by chance, Kratos!
You think you want truth, but truth will only bring you pain!
from this madness!
Kratos is only one step away from freedom, and he doesn't like it. Orcus is the one who is keeping the oath of Kratos to Ares, and in order to be free, Kratos has to kill Orcus. Orcus is fine with it, but again we are in the time that Kratos wasn't a monster, so he doesn't want to do it, but he has no choice.
I would not have been strong enough to choose your path, Spartan.
Orcus.
I would have taken what my mother's offered.
I would rather live in truth.
I fear you may come to regret those words. Lord Ares still holds your bond.
This cannot be.
Before you killed them, my mother's once again made me your oathkeeper. For you to be free, I must die by your hand.
I do not understand.
If you do not release me, my father will retain power over you, but even worse, I will live in eternal torture.
I have spilled enough innocent blood.
There is no other way, Spartan. Destroy the oath. Kill Ares. Have your revenge. I was never the warrior my father wanted me to be. But please, all I ask, give me an honorable death.
With the death of Orcus, the blood oath to Ares was finally broken, and the painful truth rushed back to Kratos' mind. The truth of the murder he committed, the slaughter of his wife and child, the carnage forged from his relentless ambition, surfaced in perfect clarity, and became the visions that would haunt him all of his days. Now free of the Fury's madness, but still tortured by the truth of his past, Kratos left the only home he'd ever known and set out to undo all that he had wrought.
Now Kratos, with all his memories back, will serve the gods in order to undo his mistakes and eventually kill Ares. Some would say this game is an unnecessary prequel, but I disagree. I said it that it is cool that Kratos changing side wasn't as simple as I thought, and also it had a few moments that I really liked. I said I don't love this game, but I still like this game. It has potential to be a great game, and I think just a few fixes would make it close to that greatness. I think this game needs a remaster the most. Change it a little bit, make it more like God of War 3, and you will have a good enough game. Still too bad that God of War 3 is the only classic God of War game that is easily playable on modern consoles. These great gameplay and story moments should not be forgotten. I know it may look like a weird comparison, but God of War Ascension is kinda the Sonic 06 of the God of War series. What do I mean by that? Well, Sega had a good formula with the adventure games, but when they published Sonic 06 when it was unfinished, because of ego, they blamed the adventure gameplay instead of themselves. So they completely changed the formula, and that led to the 3D boost games. I believe here we have a similar case. They made a few unnecessary changes to the formula, and when the game failed as a result, they thought that people are getting tired of the formula, so they changed genre with the next God of War game. And do I think it was the right choice? Well, that's the topic of my next video. Yes, I will finally reach the North Saga and talk about God of War 4 next time. Do I love the change or hate it? Find it out next time. So if you are interested in my thoughts about the modern God of War games, or you want retrospectives on other beloved game or cartoon franchises, subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss my next video. I've been Bashir from Retro Cafe, and I thank you all for watching this video.